Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity on Friday. Yes it is. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and more from KSCRAFT today, and we're doing the layered pocket. I'm doing it Christmas style, and I'm not sure if my camera's all weird and blurred today. I stick my hand in there, it doesn't look like it. But there you go, we are doing that pocket. Now I'm using craft cardstock, which is a heavyweight cardstock, because I'm making it to last, and I'm also using a digital pack from American Crafts, and it is Vicky Boutin, and it is called Peppermint Kisses. So all of the pattern paper will be from that pack. Now, as the description says, and I've lost my poke tool now. I've just found a piece that didn't pop out. It's a layered pocket, so we're going to do the first layer first. So your first layer is the actual tag. Now I could have it craft if I wanted to, but I want to use the Vicky Boutin paper, and I do love this Christmas paper. If I hold that up, hopefully you can see it. It's almost a sort of limey apple green. It's just a really happy colour. I hope you can see it okay. And I'm going to glue that on. So, out with the glue gun. Not the glue gun, the glue bottle. Haven't had coffee this morning, and that's always going to be my excuse. Just a little bit around there, and a little bit down there. I absolutely love this paper pack. This ranks as my second favourite to the other American Crafts pack, which is bundled up, which is absolutely fabulous. Right, so I have got that down, and then next with your pack will come like a little reinforcer, a decorative stitched one that will go around that hole. So because I'm not, you know, I'm looking at the hole there to see where to put my glue. I don't really want to hold that piece up and put glue to it, so I'm just going to go around here with a little bit of glue and then stick it down. Right, I'm just going to hold that up to myself to make sure that I'm getting it on straight. There we go. So now we've got our lovely reinforcer. Now what I also want to do is I want to put a little decorative outline there. So from that pack, I'm going to try and get as close as I can. I fussy cut a little peppermint stick, and I just want to put it there as a little bit of decoration. I don't know about you, but I love pepperminty type things and candies. I designed a peppermint candy shaker for MXR about 4 years ago, and I'm going to have to dig it out because it's just a great die. So at some point I'm going to start using it again. And closer towards Christmas, and I know we're not not necessarily close to Christmas, I'm going to do a week of a trip down memory lane where we can get some of our old stuff out and use it, and I'm going to do a week of that. Right, now this is your second layer. Now you've got that lovely lacy top, and you've got all these embossed sections. This will concertina. So I've now done my base, and I put my decorative bit on, and I think the edge of that is glued down. So I'm just going to move that out of the way for a second, because we need to concentrate on this. So we've got our score lines, and I'm really hoping you can see those. And of course, you know, I have humidity, so I just feel along the edge of everything first, because the last thing I want to do is commit with my bone folder and it's all wibbly wobbly. Now along with my poke tool is my bone folder. Excuse me just 1 minute. Right, here they are, you see. They're at the other side of the desk. Right, and I'm also moving my ruler out of the way. So now that I know I'm in the right place, I can go down on there. Oh, and I got this. Yes, my archival ink cleaner from Amazon, so I can tidy up my stamps now, because I do love to use archival ink. It's just not really good at coming off your stamps with water because it's waterproof. So I'm doing the inner edges first, which means I'm also going to do the bottom edge while I can still get my hands in. So I'm just feeling my way along, and then I'm going to score it. And I hope this is useful for anyone else who suffers with humidity. Right, I'm just going to get that back out of the way. So when you put your pocket down, you're going to be gluing that section, but you want to be able to glue this, but it's going to pleat. So we're going to bring this towards us now. So we scored it first going to the back, and now we're going to pull it forward on the next fold. And then on the last fold, we're going to take it back again, a bit like you're making a rosette. So I'm just going to feel that with my fingers. Get that out of the way. Now I'm going to score that, and then I'm going to pick it up and show it you sideways so that you can see. Because sometimes we can get these things out and put our score lines in completely the wrong place. So I will stand that up so that you can see it. There you go. So that this will be the bit that glues onto that tag that I just glued that paper onto. So you'll be like that, but there'll be a little bit of expansion so that you can get your goodies in. So let's call it an M. Yeah, Mountain Valley. So now we're going to do the same thing. We scored it going back, now we're going to pull it forward. And now we're going to go back again. And we have that. So now with this piece, I've got my creases there, so that's okay. I've got another piece now of Vicky Boutin's paper to decorate it with from exactly the same pack. And we need to be able to get that with a nice border all the way around it. And that's going to go onto there. So some glue. What you're going to be up to this weekend? I hope you're going to do some crafting. I think my range's just about finished until next week, and then chances are it'll be back again. So I might just do a little bit of weeding and some crafting. Right, let's pop that down. Hopefully that's straight. And then onto this one, I fussy cut this piece that comes with it, and I want to pop it into here, but I don't want it to be hidden by the next pocket, which is this one. So I'm just going to line those scores up there and see that I've got plenty of space. I could even go right to the very top, but I think I might go up to that red stripe or something. Let's get some glue in there. And I think I've been pretty accurate with my cutting on the line, so I'm going to use that line as my guide. And see how much space I've got. Go up there. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's straight. So now we've got All I Want for Christmas. That's right at the top of that one. So that's that layering piece, and I'm going to move that over, and then we're going to put it all together after. And then for this one, exactly the same thing again. Bend it away from you. Lay it down, bend it towards you, and then bend it away from you. Same again, bent away, bent forward and bent away. Ooh, got a nice rhythm going here. And I'm just going to pull those out of the way so that I can feel for the edge of that. I'm just going to do that again. Right, now this will be the very front piece on your layered pocket, and I've cut that lovely, I call it apple greeny checker that we used on the tag. So I need to make sure that there's a nice border on that one, and we're going to do this. Now, as always, you know, you can do your pockets and things in whatever style you choose. You just do you. I mean, I love everything. That's the problem with me. I love floral, I love cute, I love distressed, I love mixed media. You know, I just love it all. So whenever I want to do something, I just do whatever. You never know what you're going to get. Right, now I've also fussy cut 2 pieces from that same Vicky Boutin pack again, and I've got the car which has got all of those gifts, and all I've done is cut around it with my scissors. Look at the registration plate. Ho ho ho, I love that. And you can size these to whatever size you want, and I've also cut out the package gift. So I want this as a background over onto the right there. So I'm going to glue this one, but I'm going to put my car on last because I want to pop that on foam. So we're going to construct the pocket first, but I know that I can get this one down. So I'm popping that there. Right, now while this is on my table, I'm just going to get out my wonderful Dollar Tree foam and cut a piece and pop it there. And I don't think it's going to fit into that bit, so I'll cut a short piece and then I'll grab a piece and trim it down. So let's just cut this in half. And of course pockets like this are great for gift giving, because you can put gift cards in there and little handmade pieces, whatever it is that you want to do really. Even packets of seeds will fit in there. Right, so I've got my foam there which will go right on top of there at the end. So I do love that. You can of course ink the edges if you want to. I'm just going to leave mine as is today. Right, so that's my top embellishment piece, and now we need to bring in our other pieces. Right, so the first one we put down is this one, and our glue, I'm going to show you. Just score it again if you need to. Our glue is going to go down on this edge. That's going to be scrunched up, and it's going to go down on this edge. Same here. And on that edge. So let's get our glue bottle in. I'm going to do the same here. I may have to vanish off camera while I hold it. I'm just capping off my glue. Right, you want to make sure that you've got it lined up straight. You can put your fingers into there to hold it. That will give you a small amount of guidance along the edge. And you do want it down straight. So I'm just going to push that, and then I'm going to bring the other one over. Once again, you want to get that on straight. I'm just looking here. If I'm going to make any mistakes, I prefer to do it on camera. And I'm squashing that down. Yep. And you can see my glue is almost dry there, so I'm just going to put a little drop more. And that's okay, because the same thing might happen to you. So I might have gone a little bit over my edge there. I'm just putting down a bit of fresh glue, and then I'm just going to crush it flat. Right, my hand is going to stay there for a minute and I'll be right back. Right, so this one is dry, and that is what you end up with. It will pop towards you so that you've got space inside your pocket. So the next thing to do is to pop the next layer on, which is this one. And we're going to do exactly the same thing again. I'm going to fold that. Let's pop this down flat. And then we're going to fold that one in. If you wanted to, you can pop it up that way. I prefer to do it this way. I just think it's a lot easier. And you can, if you want to, put a little bit of glue into those corners, into these, just to hold down. So let's try that, because it might be easier for some people watching to do that. So let's pop our little bit of glue there. Hold this down and just take your first layer over. Now I'm going to hold that and I'm going to be back in a second. Right, so that's done, and if I hold that up, you can see all it's done is just hold that little bit in for you, so that, you know, it's not as fussy. I mean, I don't mind. I've got a bunch of clips that can hold these things together, but for some reason my husband thinks they're for his bags of chips. So let's go up and down there. And pick this one up, and this one now goes to the very bottom. So just line that up. I've just got it over here, lining it up to myself. Because one of the things that it will love to do is twang. See, now that could be that I totally got my scoring wrong because of my humidity. Can you see I've got a tiny little edge here? It doesn't matter, because it's going to twang towards you once it's dry. Right, but I am going to hold that while it dries. Right, so there is the lovely layered pocket, and the last but not least is our little layered car with all its packages. So I'm just going to take all the bits off there. And I think I'm going to have it there. So that that pops up. I love that. I've got some hearts left. I'm just going to go around sticking hearts on everything until I use them all up. And I'm just going to put a teeny weeny one. And I'm just going to have it on that corner there. Yeah. You get loads of them from Joann's. I don't know if they still do them actually, because it was a couple of years ago. So that is what your pocket looks like. Look at all that space. I mean, get my hand in there. You can stuff that up with all kinds of goodies. But isn't that great? Oh, I do love that. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. Do have an absolutely awesome weekend, and as usual, all links below. Bye.